I say I effing tired of this, and then I punch her on her chest.
One time, put it down, shawty, get up on the ground. I don't know where you be, but I need you here with me. Stressed out on my mind heavily. Yeah, you're the only one.
Sex. We say bounce to the left, bounce to the left. Bend down, bend down. Bounce to the left, bounce to the left. Bend down, bend down. If you're real bad girl, cock off your body. Clean pum pum, make bad man happy. Sexy.
YouTube. So I initially planned a whole different video. Sadly, it fell through because of a few factors. So I will be doing a story time on the worst jobs I have had. So let's get right into the video. So like I was saying, guys, I am a freshman in my second year in college at the University of Bahamas, right? I am also a track athlete and I make music. I used to do parties and stuff, but I don't think I'm gonna do parties anymore. So I'm gonna just do my music thing, my YouTube vlogging thing. Yeah, but music really have my heart, and then again, I do track and cross country, but I like cross country more. So anyway, I'm gonna be talking about some of the jobs I had, and I'm not gonna really expose the jobs, but people that know me know where I've worked, and honestly, it wasn't good at all. And it's not that I had to work, but I chose to. My first job I had, I was about in 3rd grade. I was in this shop, and the owner saw me actually. She is the one who asked me to work there, and I worked there for like 2 Christmases and a summer. And I don't know why I don't work there anymore. It was something with a customer, but I don't remember at all. So the second place I worked, I'm not gonna say where it was, but I no longer work there anymore. Let me tell you what happened, okay? So basically, I was in grade 11 and I worked there because one of my family members have a position there or whatever, right? So let me tell you about this place now. First of all, majority of the people that work there are very ghetto, and I had a lot of problems with people that work there, honestly. And people just mess with you because they jealous a lot of times, you know. And so there was this fat woman, very ugly, who used to bother with me all the time. Like, me and her got into one stink row one day, and or whatever. Like, she just would bother a lot of people for nothing in the world, and I don't know what her problem is, but I feel like people shouldn't be bringing their work problems to work, to their home problems to work anyway. So then there's a couple others that I ended up getting into arguments with. Mind these people like 40 and over 40 and stuff, and that's because they like started or whatever. I don't know, people just sad. So besides that, some of them I was cool with, you know. Some of them was actually real cool. Others just miserable. So I actually don't work there no more because I got fired. Now let's talk about why I got fired. So I had a crush on an older person with a position in this company, right? And the person really showed me their true colors. Like, I was so close with this person, like they probably 3 times my age, right? Or 4 times my age. But I was really cool with this person. But in the end, they showed me how fake they was, or the real them. So it made me understand why a lot of people didn't like them. So let's talk about what happened. This was one night. Everyone was just standing around doing nothing, and she was just running on, like basically trying to attack me to tell me to do stuff. And I was in my head like, so I was like, I am the only one that's working while everyone else standing around doing nothing. So there's this next girl. that's a dyke or whatever that she be flirting with. And she was just standing up eating. The two of them was eating, and I was like, wow, you know. So anyway, I run hard. She started running on. She's like, oh, don't be cursing and that, this and that. And I was like, whatever. So after that, the next day I came to work, I was angry. And I wasn't answering no phones because, like, I had to answer the phones. I wasn't answering any phones because only me was answering the phones. Like, before that day, anytime the phone rang, other people would be lazy. They wouldn't answer the phone. I'd always be the one answering the phones. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to be answering any phones anymore or whatever. So I wasn't answering the phone. She came and she walked past me. She knew I was mad at her. So, like, you could see the salt on her face. She knew I was mad at her or whatever. And she didn't like it. So she just had to come bother me. She was like, oh, if you don't answer these phones, I'm going to clock you out. So, okay, with that being said, I went to the back. So now I go into the back. I went to the back and I went by the phones to sit down by the phone booth to answer the phone, right? So the phone rings. One of the girls tell me, don't answer the phone because the screen froze or something happened. And she came in the back there and she clocked me out, and I was like, the girl literally told me not to answer the phone because the screen freeze, I can't press nothing or whatever. And the other girl, she worked there as well, and she apparently didn't like her. So the girl was trying to tell her, she told me not to answer the phone because what was happening with the computers or whatever, and she was telling the girl to be quiet. So anyway, after she clocked me out, I just run hot because, like, there's a level of hot that I reach that I run so hot. Like, I say I effing tired of this, and then I punch her on her chest. And she went outside, I don't know. Anyway, I punched her on her chest, and then I went in the back, and I just was crying because I just was so angry, like, and after that, of course, I got fired. I couldn't work there anymore. I didn't care though, because it like was really stressing me out. A lot of times stuff would happen and I would be so stressed out, like I would flip out, like really go psycho. And not only that, so customer service, right? People want you to give good customer service, but the customers ain't being nice to you. I feel like in any situation you give respect, you get respect. Okay? So a lot of times, like one time an incident happened where some stuff dropped and I picked them up, right? And this customer was sitting on the side and she was trying to say something. And I was like, why you don't mind your business? Like, literally I only been working there for 3 days. I don't know. You know, like I didn't have no experience, you know. And then this other lady, she came inside and she was running on with something. And I was in my head laughing like, if this woman only know that I literally still in school and I used to be feeling up her daughter. But I was in my head like, yeah, let me just keep quiet, let her talk a garbage. Sad factor being that in order to get a job in the Bahamas, mainly a good job, you have to know someone. Because if you don't know anybody, well, you mess. It wasn't a very good environment, and I feel like a lot of jobs like that over here, like I said, that issue that ended up happening, it's like the managers are slack. It's like they have their favorites, and it's like the customers don't have no respect for you and expect you to respect them, you know what I mean? And a lot of times I would say that some persons that work in customer service are genuinely just horrible at customer services. Horrible. That's all I got to say. But anyway, so I worked at this next place, right? This was very recent. I stopped working there in January, I think. I don't know. Probably January I quit. Now, the reason why I quit, listen to why I quit. So, I've been working there since 2019 May. I started working there. That's the longest I probably ever had a job for. Honestly, I hate listening to people and, well, people telling me what to do and then overworking you for a little bit of money. You feel me? Because that's what all these jobs used to do. Listen, that other job, that second job, I used to go home with my legs burning, and then they cut your hours. So you literally 4 hours of work. You got these grown people working for that have children. You got them working for 4 hours for minimum wage. No, that's wrong. And the thing about it is these people own so much fast food restaurants to be doing that to people. And 30 minutes lunch break. Now this place that I recently used to work, they don't give you no lunch break. That you are entitled to lunch break, but you don't get any. You gotta choke to eat your food. And the customers are horrible. And in some locations the customers are horrible, and especially on the drive-through, it's like they rushing you, you know, when you're telling them to give you a minute. For example, I had this interference with a customer, right? The headphones died, the drive-through line was backed up, and I was trying to ask the guy if he could give me a second, and he just kept talking. I was asking him to give me a second, and then he started screaming in the mic, and the woman in the front of me ordered like 10 orders, and she was telling them, I mean, say 10 orders, 10 combos, whatever. So he was in the back, and she was trying to tell him he needed to relax because whatever was happening. So anyway, when the guy came up to the window, he just kept staring at me, and he wouldn't take the thing from me. So I just rested on the counter and I left. I said, y'all give him that, because I don't have time for garbage. If he don't want to take it out of my hand, that's his problem. And then there's this lady that came inside, said, I sound like I don't want to be to work. I sound like I have an attitude. And I was in my head like, what are you even talking about? Like, literally, I don't know what the hell she was talking about. Because I couldn't, she said, because I kept asking her if she's finished yet. I just want to know if you're done ordering. I'm not rushing you. I'm literally just asking, are you done with your order yet? Is the order complete? What? Like, some people are so weird. A lot of people in that company is very tropsy and toxic. And they basically, a lot of them feel like because their life didn't work out, and they stressed out because they only making $5 an hour, they have to, I guess, try to cripple the minds of others who actually have a future and work in there. Like a lot of us who are students that work there, they feel like because they have power over us in some little ice cream shop, they could be on top of the world. No, because one day you might be working for me. You know what I mean? So you don't think like that. And honestly, I'm glad I don't work there no more, because that was the best decision I ever made in my life. Me not working there opened so much opportunities and so much doors for me that I could be an entrepreneur. I don't have to work for anybody. And I ever was an entrepreneur while working there, but just doing something else. But I don't want to do that anymore, like I was saying I used to do. Yeah. So, and a lot of them knew. So it was like, in their heads, they like, oh, she don't only work here. Oh, she goes to college. She's on a scholarship. She travels a lot. She's an athlete. Let's make life hard for her, you know, because we didn't get these opportunities. I work my butt off. For everything that I get, I deserve. Trust me. I've been running track from I was in grade 1. So if I get a track scholarship, that's my dedication, that's my hard work. If I get a education scholarship, that's my hard work. Yes, I went to one of the best schools in the Bahamas, but guess what? I paid school fee to that school. But I'm not gonna miss out the point that they gave me a grant or whatever when I was in grade 12. But for the most part, I paid my school fee there. I did my work, and that's how I got my A's and B's and stuff on my BGCSEs and BJCs. That's how I got my scholarship and grant, okay? That's how I got my diploma. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, your life turns out how it does for you. So now let's talk about if I had any issues on the job. The only issues that I had on the job, it wasn't even with the persons that worked there. I loved them, a lot of them. Like, I became really close with a lot of them. The problem is the managers. That's the problem right there. No cap. A lot of people suck up under them, and a lot of them are young and stupid in the brain. So that's how it really is. But there's this one person, right? Okay. I didn't quit because of one thing. I quit because of a lot of things. I quit because there's something better out there for me in the world, and I went and I chased it. So, and I know that if I quit, I wouldn't be like them. If they quit, they'll be in a lot of problems. I working or I not working, I'm gonna be straight regardless. You see what I'm saying? So they don't faze me, they below me. But listen to this, right? So this is what happened that day. I think we were talking about, okay, it's basically like she thinks she's always right. She thinks she's always right. And okay, I think she was trying to tell me in this little second while I walking around I could be doing something. Literally on my feet, 8 hours plus every day for y'all. My legs hurting, and after working a hard day, we still have to clean up. While I off, people calling me to come into work. I work and I go in all type different locations. I ain't even breathe yet for the night. I came in the back to find out if they were done with the person's order, right? Because I was in the front and I came in the back just to find out if it was done. And she was running on about all in this little moment time now. I came to tell the girl if the order isn't done to do it. So listen now to this. The order was done. No, it wasn't done. I had to go make it myself. But before I even got to make the order, she came running on, and I said, because she was running on saying, oh, we want other people to do this. I said I could do it myself. I always clean up after myself. I don't need anyone to clean up after me. And she got mad, and she's like, don't be talking back to me, this and that. Oh, clock out for me. So listen, I threw the hairnet in the middle of the floor. I went in the back and my stuff. She's like, oh, I'll pick up this hairnet. And I did not pick it up. I just left and I went home and I left the group chats because something wrong with them, clearly. Like, they be speaking to people like they aren't humans or like they aren't adults, okay? We're not kids. You see what I mean? So, listen, I used to work at a location before that. I used to work at a different location. I worked to like 3 locations, stationary. So the location I worked to before that, I left because I had problems with the managers. One of the managers, she is so envious. Like, you could tell something wrong with her. One time I was sick. I guess she didn't believe me or whatever. She didn't believe. And I didn't even get paid for that sick leave until I got sick another time when I broke my arm because she didn't tell me that I was entitled to pay. It's like she never wanted me to get anything. And she's always constantly picking at stuff or trying to make you overwork. You know the garbage people had used to do? They'll work all day and then go scrub walls or go scrub floors or go clean crates, clean the coolers, all of this stuff. No lunch break, right? And sometimes they would cut your hours, so the most hours you'd get, like there, you get between 4 to 6 hours, and you wouldn't really get a promotion, to be honest. And the sad thing about it is that this other manager I was cool with or whatever, I was cool with her, and unfortunately we end up not being cool because I know when people talking about me. There was this time that we had this event and I was inside the store. I came in on my off day to help them, and the girl came in the back there teaching me, talking about, oh, this how you cut tomatoes, this and that, running on. Listen to me, I don't care what anyone have to say about me, because my academics are way higher than yours. That's why you worked at this place all your life, and that's why I would never work there all my life, okay? Me and how I cut my tomatoes, number one, I don't cook because I had a very serious kitchen accident that I don't kind of want to talk about right now, but that's why I don't like to cook, and I just don't like cooking on the whole. So however I cut my tomatoes is how I want to cut my tomatoes. So she's coming over there, she's teaching me how to cut tomatoes, this and that, and they're talking about me, and they think I don't know that they're talking about me, but I knew they're talking about me. And I'm in my head, like, people are so jealous and envious, it's crazy. Like, and the people at the head office, they take up for the managers, sadly, when it's them that cause a bunch of people to leave. So the other manager, me and her was cool, we fell out because obviously, like I said, I'm not slow. I know when someone is speaking about me in the front of my face. And the girl came up to me and she was like, what she said, I know you in your head saying, why this B talking to me? And I'm like, what? I don't even know you. Why you talking about me? You don't even know me. I don't know you. I don't care to know you. So that's basically what happened. This other manager, I worked there for like a month, and when she came, she told me to make sure I get all the chairs, right? And then she said, you didn't get the chairs are there? I said, chairs are there? Because I had no idea. I never had a tour of the store on that outside or even anywhere. So yeah, she was like, do that or whatever, and I didn't know, and I told her I didn't know, and I went out and I still did it, and she wrote me up, and I'm in my head like, really? Like, really? You serious? So when I told the other manager, she's like, I never gave you a handbook. I'm like, what handbook? Y'all don't have any handbooks. And then she also said, oh, I gave everyone a tall store. This where she messed herself. She wasn't even there the first 2 days that I started working there to give me a tall store, the store, right? Then this other issue occurred. She rested the stuff somewhere. I obviously didn't see it. The next day it was still there. She wrote me up, said she rested on the counter and I didn't put it up. That's like me putting a piece of bacon in the bathroom and expecting someone to go in the bathroom, move the bacon and put it where it belongs without telling them. So, yeah. But anyway, people are just weird. So, yeah, man, they was like in the office talking about me being a problem when it wasn't even me. It really wasn't me. They was like, oh, the next time, this and that, you gotta go, this and that. I don't care. I literally did not care, okay? Because that job gave me hell. I'm telling you, I'd go home with my legs so sore. It was horrible. Horrible. Like, seriously. And it was a very tropsy job. A lot of people would be in your business. That's the problem with that. And I look at stuff like that and I tell myself, I never want to be anything like that. And I am so grateful that I don't have the type of life they have and mindset that they have. Because if you pushed to make something out of yourself, you would be in a totally different position. You know what I mean? So there's no need to be envious. There's no need to hate on someone because they're in a better position than you, you know? It's just sad. And one of the managers, she talks so much. Oh my gosh. Like, she really talks a lot. Like, I don't know how to shut it up. One of them, I really like she was cool. That was my favorite manager. She came, she told me that I have to bring back the clothes. Now, I don't want to step foot in that place. That's the only reason I didn't carry back, number one. Number two, why would you let someone else wear something that someone else has worn for over 3 months? You know, that's just disgusting, okay? And that company should be ashamed of themselves, because I know that they would give it to someone else. What do you want it back for? Nobody cares about your company. That company, I feel like that company is actually going to go on a serious decline very soon. You know why? They already have a bunch of trainees because, number one, every time they get someone else, the managers don't know how to treat the staff and they quit. There's a girl that quit on her first day, literally, and then they overwork you. So you got to be all about you doing this and that. At the end of the day, you got to bust your hip too. And you still got to come to work the next day. That's a lot. And because of school, I ended up only working weekends. And even those weekends were a lot. So my advice to a lot of people is, though, be an entrepreneur. Find something you're good at. Find a trade. Invest. Do what you got to do. Because working for people is never the answer. Okay? I've been through a lot with these jobs. I'm telling you, they were stressing me out. School wasn't even stressing me out, but those jobs were stressing me out. I've seen a lot of people, though, a lot of people who work there. I guess they started to work there and it was supposed to just be a little side job and they end up getting stuck there. But me, whoo, no sir, not gonna happen. Like, that job lifted so much weight off of me. I was barely sleeping because I had to go to school, I had to go to track practice, and I had a whole job. And at the same time, I think I started YouTube. I started YouTube in January. Yeah, in January. So, honestly, my whole thing about the Bahamas, the customer service sucks, yes, but the customers suck. Because imagine a customer's cursing you out for nothing. Like, I hate dealing with customers, honestly. I hate it. Because some of them have serious issues. Whew. I just think about stuff and I just reminisce because it's like, I'm so glad that that's not my situation anymore. But anyway, guys, that's the end of my story on my most horrible jobs in the Bahamas. I have not exposed any company. I will not expose any company because I do not care much to care. But if anyone has anything to say, yeah, just know they time coming because these companies are horrible. Y'all need to pay these people more money. They have a home. They have family. Stop cutting the hours, okay? And y'all need to do better as managers of these companies. If y'all only working there for a paycheck, kudos to you, but don't be treating other people like crap. Alright, so anyway, y'all go listen to my latest song. It's called Outer Lovin'. It's the last video that I posted on my channel. It's on Amazon. It's soon gonna be on Spotify, Apple Music, etc. It's on TikTok Songs. Go on Songs on TikTok, type in Lil Davy. You'll see a few of my songs on that as well. It's on YouTube. It's on Demi's DistroKid. Y'all know what it is. Go mess with it. I'm gonna put it at the end of this video.
Bro, with another one. Outer loving, yeah, out of loving, out of loving. Wine slow, wine slow. Wine slow, when the cocky don't fight back. Wine slow, wine slow. Temptation.